Alright, welcome gentlemen, welcome to this new video. So today we're going to talk about self-confidence, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to boost your self-confidence and also some tips on how to avoid destroying your self-confidence. So the main topic we're going to about today is the importance of having a goal in deploying self-confidence. The importance of the appearance and your physical shape. We're going to talk also about the importance of being resilient, and we are also going to mention the content you should expose yourself to and the content you should avoid exposing yourself to.
Why is it important to have powerful and fulfilled goals? And how does it impact self-confidence?
Yeah, so having a goal actually gives you purpose. So it gives you a reason to do whatever you need to do. And therefore, when you have this goal, you will have the self-confidence of doing whatever you need to do in order to achieve this goal, right? Because achieving this goal will be way more important than anything else. It's important to set SMART goals and to monitor their evaluation, because when you do that, you will have an overview on how things are going, what area you improved in, and how closer you are from your goal compared to where you were a few days, a few weeks, a few years before. And when you have this overview, when you can actually acknowledge that you improve, that you get closer from your goal, that you achieve things, it's a massive boost in self-confidence.
How does someone's clothes and appearance influence their self-confidence?
When you are aware that you look great, it's a massive boost in self-confidence, and yeah, that's common sense actually. If you look fat and ugly, of course your self-confidence will be lower, because you know that people have this overview over yourself, and so you know that at first glance people have a bad impression over you. But if you know that you make good impression, you look confident, right, standing straight, have a proper outfit and like a good shape, you know that people see that at first glance, and so the first impression people have over you is positive. Dressing accordingly to your community and to the people you surround yourself with also brings self-confidence, because you have this feeling of appartenance. So yeah, that's what the study says from my own experiments, but that's just me. I like to be different, and I like to have this thing that will distinguish myself from the mass, and that also brings my self-confidence to have this one more thing, kind of. Yeah, that's just personal.
It's also meaning that you should wear something that make you feel confident wearing it too.
Yes, exactly. Maybe something that will enhance your personality. Maybe that's how I feel. Something that will enhance your personality, that will show who you are, that will display what you want to display. And when you know that people see what you want to express, it brings confidence. In a more professional environment, it's important to wear something according to your profession. And so let's say you are an entrepreneur, and if you want to display the competence, you need to have a proper outfit in order to display those competence. And it makes sense if you go in the hospital and the doctor is dressed as like a mechanician, you won't trust him. It's an extreme example, but it's just for you to realize that it's important to display your skill through your physical appearance, so people can trust you and you can trust yourself. Also, when you dress properly and dress well, you sometimes have positive feedback, and those positive feedback have a positive impact on your self-confidence. And it also goes the other way around. If you have negative feedback, it will have a negative impact over your self-confidence.
Why is resilience and learning from setbacks important in building self-confidence?
Yeah, when you start something new, of course, you don't have any skill, and that new thing feels uncomfortable. And this is only through practicing and failing into that thing that you will acquire the skill and the knowledge required, and therefore the confidence first. Also, when you do something, like anything, you will go through a trial and error process, and going through that trial and error process will make you accept failure as a base of knowledge and not as failure. And so you won't be fearful of failure anymore. You will embrace it and embrace the knowledge and the skill it brings. And while you're doing all that, it allows you to push your limits and to overcome your limitations. Yeah, the example I have, very simple one, when you are at the gym and you feel exhausted and you're like, so how many push-ups can I do from now? And you're like, okay, so I can do 5 push-ups and that's it. And after that, I will be just exhausted, dead. And then you do your 5 push-ups, and then you feel like you can do the 6th, and you can do the 7th, and you're pushing all the time, every session, and it goes in every domain. That one more rep that will prove to yourself that actually your limitation was just a belief, and that you can go further. That's an incredibly powerful drive for self-confidence.
How does practicing and repetition in various fields, like sport or entrepreneurship, contribute to building competence and confidence?
Yeah, so it's a little bit linked with what we mentioned before, and the first reason is skill mastery. Yeah, when you practice and repeat tirelessly something you want to learn, in the end you will learn that skill, learn that knowledge, and master it. And once you are aware that you have some competence in that knowledge, and you build that knowledge base and that skill base, and therefore you have confidence in that area. So that goes for every domain. It's obvious that it goes into sport, in mechanical skill and stuff, but it's not as obvious that it also apply in social skill. There is this misconception where people believe that they just need to be more confident in order to ask this girl out or to go networking, right? But it's actually the same principle where you need to practice and you need to do the rep in order to be capable of doing that, right? But the first step to do that is also to do it once and to be awkward and to be bad at it, and then to increment over the feedback that you will receive. When you will talk to people, you will see their reaction. That's feedback, and you can learn from it, and through time, through experience, you will know which subject you should avoid, like how you should behave in public, etc. No one was born as being perfect in something. Like, some people are obviously more keen to develop one skill than another one, but we all need to develop those skills in order to become great at it.
What are the dangers of consuming negative content, such as a doom scrolling, or how can it affect someone's mental health and self-confidence?
Yeah, so that's one of the risks with all the social media and all the exposure we have on the internet today, is that we're constantly exposed to negative content. And of course, being exposed to negative content has a negative impact over your mental health and your mental perception of the world. You might see the world as way more negative as it actually is. When you expose yourself to bad content, you will have this feeling that the world is worse than me, so I'm already high and I don't need to improve. When you do the opposite and you expose yourself to great content, you will have the other perspective where you will see, oh well, those people are so awesome, so I'm so far behind, I need to improve. So exposing yourself to inspiring content, the gap is in the right way. Like, you see that people are above you, you're under, so you need to get better. If you see people under you, you're like, oh, I'm already above them, so yeah, I don't need to do anything to get better because I'm already better than them, right? So that's one of the main reasons I don't expose myself to stupid content, because I don't want to be exposed to people that in my opinion, are under me in some context, of course. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying here. Also, it's extremely time consuming to spend hours doom scrolling, and it's a massive waste of time. And so when you waste your time, you're less productive. When you're less productive, you take more time to achieve your goals, and the less goal you achieve, the less confidence you develop.
So what kind of content should we expose ourselves to in order to boost confidence?
The 3 main kind of content I could advise are educational content, success story, and biographies. It's quite obvious that consuming educational content is way better for your mental health than doom scrolling and consuming stupid content and negative news, right? It's quite obvious. How you can do that? You can watch documentary and VOD platforms. You can watch very, very great YouTube videos nowadays. We have such great YouTube videos and independent people making professional level documentaries. And you can do that also on subscribing on the proper accounts on the social media. Of course, you still have the podcast format that I really love those days, that allows you to do something else in the meantime. And for the original gangster like me, you can still read books as well. Yeah, second, the success story, and I encourage you to read success story of people who have a life similar of the one you're dreaming of. And that's because those people have already been through the trial and error process, and you can actually learn from their mistake. You can learn from their story. You don't necessarily have to do the same mistake and go through the same pain that they've been. Because you can actually learn from their mistake and the pain they've been through. And last, biography. And I particularly cherish historical biography because I like to be aware of what my ancestors have been through, what my ancestor lived, and the price they paid and the sacrifice they made in order to create the world we're living in today. All of that, it's very empowering to know that and to get familiar with that, to actually cherish the life we have today and the easiness of the life I'm living today because of them, because of the blood of my ancestor that was spilled, the war they have been through, the invasion they face in order to protect the family, protect the country, and build the society we have nowadays. And it gives me the bravery to at least try to be worthy of the legacy they gave me.
What advice would you give to someone watching this interview who wants to take the first step toward building their self-confidence?
Yeah, my first advice will be to willingly put yourself in a position of discomfort. And doing that will force you to go toward a lot of points we've been through today. So meaning you will have to go through the trial and error process. You will have to develop skills. You will have to have social interactions, etc. when you really put yourself in a position of discomfort. So the example I can give you is a personal example where I felt that my life was drifting in France, and so I decided to quit everything and abandon everything and everyone in order to start over in another country. So it forced me to do everything I mentioned in that video in order to develop myself and having enough self-confidence in order to grow as a human being and having the life I have today. That's the first big advice. Put yourself in a position of discomfort. And the second advice is to have a powerful goal. Really, I think it's really the step one. It's really what's going to help you going through everything. It's having that fulfilling goal will help you do everything in life. It will like bring you the willpower of doing anything you need to do. It will bring you the resiliency of going through failure and learning from your failure. But I know it's also not an easy task and it will evolve through time, but you really need to have that thing, that drive that helps you to wake up in the morning and makes you do whatever you need to. And always keep in mind that if something were easy, everybody will do it. So if you want extraordinary results, you need to put extraordinary effort and do extraordinary sacrifice in order to achieve your extraordinary goals. So thank you for watching this video. Once again, we advise you to go on our website and download that journal template to help you track your SMART goal, to help you track your habits, and to help you make valuable journal entry in order to document your journey. So yeah, go to that link, download that journal template. You will help yourself doing that. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video. In the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, it's very important for us. And yeah, we will see you in the next video. Bye, my friend.